Working on some daily chores today, guys. Some things I got to get done as the snow is starting to come in. We are getting kind of late snow for the year, and it's so far hasn't been much at all. That won't hold out, that won't last. We know that we'll get dumped on. So a couple of things that we need to get done. One, we got Tilly moved out of her area here. She's doing better. She's improved a bit, but she's not where we want her to be. She's still out there sweating. The medication that we had given her, it was a 72-hour release. So there's no medication release taking place currently as of yesterday and today. So it's already been the 3 days or 4 days, whatever the math on 72 hours is. We're moving this stuff out, and now it has given me room to put round bales in. So now the next task is to get this thing filled up so I can bring in a trailer load of grass now, get this filled up for the cows, and then this will give them, this will get us through quite a bit of the winter season. It won't get us through all of the winter season, but it'll get us through quite a bit. So we'll have to buy a little bit more. But it's the room that we have to work with, so we make it work just like everything else. We scraped up the bedding that was all over the ground. As you can see, I'm laying pallets down. I lay pallets down under the grass. That kind of gets your grass up off the ground, and then that way you don't have any just ruined ground moisture, ruining your bale, soaking up into the bale, rotting it. So we try to keep it as healthy as possible, as dry as possible throughout the year, throughout the winter season. So the hay that was in here, the straw that was in here, the bedding is getting repurposed. We got it picked up, and we're getting it taken out into just a couple of different drier areas out in there, out in the pasture, where they can hopefully calve on some semi-dry ground. Hopefully. Still waiting on Lila to calve. This cow is insane to me. Been producing milk for 2 months now and getting fatter and fatter. No calf yet. But we're trying to make it as nice and comfortable for her as possible if she chooses to calve, by giving her a few bedding spots that if she surprises us with a calf overnight, we don't catch it. That calf can get some warmth and stay alive until we catch it in the morning times, because we will catch it in the morning time as we check on our herd every day. The black cows out in the back pasture need a bale, so we're taking a bale now. The girls are trying to distract the cows and get them to go out, but the cows can see the large bale on my tractor, and so they're just hanging out at the fence watching. But we're gonna take a bale out, get it offloaded, get all of our baling twine cut and removed from the round bale so that none of the animals eat that baling twine and gets caught up in their guts and they wind up dying from it. It does wreck the bale pretty quickly, but the bales are 50 bucks and these cows are thousands of dollars, so there's no sense in leaving it wrapped up and taking the risk versus trying to make a bale last a little longer. that's what you're keeping out of them. For a cow, if they get to chewing on that end, they'll just keep chewing on it. They can't tell the difference whether or not that's baling twine or grass. It's basically the same size. This pasture out here is fairly new pasture. If you look behind me, you can see all of the brush that's everywhere, and that brush is the stuff that we've been removing, and it was everywhere out here. So we're basically taking a brush, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's all brush. Everything, this whole 5 acre chunk of land up here is all brush. And we've pulled a bunch, cut a bunch, and it's all turned into grass. So this is a beautiful pasture just waiting to happen. Last year we had grass in it that was over my head. Extremely tall, extremely thick. So one of the things that we're doing as we create raw land, bare land, is we put the bale in areas that could use the seeding. So this grass has some timothy in it. Timothy would be a great grass to seed out here. So as the cows are moving around and eating it, they're dropping those fine seeds into the ground. The snow moisture takes it into the ground and it reseeds, as well as the cows eating it and pooping it. So as they eat it, poop it, they are reseeding. And the nice thing about them pooping is they take it somewhere else and they poop in an area where we didn't have the bale. So if you continue to move your bales around the field, you will basically reseed in new areas. So you got to be careful what you're putting out there. It's got to be something you want to take seed. But basically, as you improve the area, it prevents you from having to go and buy a bunch of seed, basically. So we're allowing the cows to build pasture. This is a system that's been done for hundreds of years, allowing the cows to make their own pasture. That's what they do, which is pretty cool. And then simultaneously, they are also beating up all of this brush, where as last year we couldn't see through the majority of this brush, and then having them out on summer pasture this year, they've beat up so much of it that you can almost see through everywhere in the areas that they're allowed to walk. So pretty excited about what this whole field, everything behind me that you can see, will be a grass field in the following years. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I have got to get back to getting stuff ready on the farm, prepared for snowfall, which means moving stuff off of the ground, getting things situated that I don't want to lose for the next 6 months. Stuff I've got to use, don't have space to store yet. It's a hassle, but it's fun. But that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you being here. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit that thumbs up. And share a video with a friend. Thanks again, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.